Okay, hold on. It didn't take. Let's try that again.
I'm getting. There we go.
Okay, now we're there. Oh, there it goes. Finally. Yay. Wednesday. How we doing, folks? A
Hey,
little bit of internet connection troubles over at this end here. So we have the Shadow, otherwise known as CFC. We have Josh. We have Pennsylvania Prepper. We have Michael. Anybody else hiding out there somewhere? Because I see 7 waiting and only see like 5 names.
hmm.
We have some lurkers. Lisa Lee, good evening.
Yeah. Lisa, Michael.
Yeah, Michael, didn't you notice the person hiding in the bushes the other night with the camera? How y'all doing tonight? I hope today finds you all happy, healthy, and well. Good night's sleep.
And drinking good, healthy stuff.
Yep, lots of it. Thanks. All right, hey, come on, give me a break. I got to cut one bad habit at a time. First one's going to be this.
Yeah.
As of this weekend, folks, I will be out, and I'm not going anywhere, so I can't go buying anymore. So starting this weekend, I'm going to attempt to quit. I'm gonna need to lean on a lot of people, so don't be worried if I jump on here. Help, support.
Okay, drop that down just a hair bit more. There we go.
What'd you miss, Michael? What'd you miss? Oh, the person hiding in your bushes with the camera? Yeah. I won't tell you if that was me or not, but I had to get a white cat from somewhere. And I was told you had one. Urban Prepper 34, good evening.
Hey, Tibor. Yeah, every now and then I look in the mirror, it's like, oh, that's right, I shaved.
Hey, Tibor.
Yeah, Lori was having a hard time. There's Lori. Yeah, she was having a hard time with my.
And there's Miss Lori, speaking of which.
Yep.
Yeah, Michael, I've done it a few dozen times. I don't want to have to hit the 100 mark. Personally, I'd like to hopefully quit this weekend.
Yeah.
But I need stress-free. No stress. Easier said than done after the information I learned this morning. Small town preparedness. Good evening.
Hey.
And Jay, or not Jay, Josh.
Yeah.
As far as what you were discussing earlier, and I don't type for the diddly squat anymore, Pennsylvania Prepper gave you the proper information. Contact your local OSHA office first. Okay. Contact them first and tell them, look, your employer is giving you no access to a safe work environment from, what the president said and what the CDC has said. You have an ill wife at home and you are put in a position that you may contract it. After you've contacted them, make sure that you have that little paper you said you had telling you that you were considered essential, and contact your employer's legal department and inform them, if I or anybody else can catch this, we will start a class action lawsuit and sue you for everything you own.
Hey, David Tremaine.
Mr. Tremaine is also a preacher. Good evening, David. Yeah, I know. Pastor did that to you too, didn't he? Yes, he did. Our other pastor, Pastor Chuck. Howie, Food Force Permaculture.
Hey, Howie.
The man with the plan and the green thumb.
What does that say? Let's see what that shows up as.
I don't know. You have the ability to click on it and look.
Let me go to the other one here. This is .org.
And that's the best way to start the process. But check your local laws, because I know here in Ohio, if I need to call somebody, I can record it without telling them, and it is legal to use in the court of law. Check with your laws in your state if it's legal to do so. I recommend you recording any and all phone calls. Be as
Yeah.
polite as possible.
That's yeah, it has a little map there on it. Of course, the map is out of date because Idaho has gone to shelter in place. They finally convinced, the Republican legislature finally convinced a Democrat that's in Republican clothes as governor to go all the way and stop it, go hardball on it and stop it, since we have low numbers right now, and keep it numbers low. So he's going hardball to try to stop it, and everybody's giving him applause now. And he goes, "Oh wow, I should have done this to begin with." But yeah,
15 states are shelter in place.
Yeah.
This is the last number I got.
Yeah, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Good
7,
evening,
8,
Will.
9,
Yay.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 now. As soon as they update Idaho, this map will have 18. Endorsements. Got a bunch of doctors on there. Yeah, there's one doctor on the on Facebook talking about stuff and about everything. I checked his credentials. His doctorate is in engineering.
He's a doctor I don't feel like listening to.
He's completed the pre-medical course. He's changing things, and but because he's got PhD in engineering and some other stuff on engineering and business management and stuff like that. Yeah, I've gotten medical courses too. Yeah, and he's giving all this crap, and it's like, yeah, dude, shut up.
And that's what filled our government. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
He is doing better, folks. His temperature is still a little bit high. He has kept his food down all day today. I called and checked, and they said just monitor him for the next couple of days. Check his oxygen levels, his fever, his blood pressure, his temp. Just keep checking him every couple hours.
I'm sorry, I just read Lori's comment. Sounds like our health minister. She's the graphic designer.
Hey, I can do that. Can I go be y'all's health minister? I guarantee your government won't like me within 30 seconds of me stepping in the office. Yeah, Pennsylvania proper. Some people think it is over because you got some states that have very few cases, and their governments are saying it's no big deal.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Yeah, Tibor, he can.
Oh, cruise ships. They were testing one of the cruise ships 14 days after everybody was off, and they were still finding live virus samples. So it can live on surfaces for 14 days.
I wouldn't cuddle with nobody right now, Lori. I'm just not that much of a touchy-feely person.
The only one I want to cuddle with now is stuck in California. Her stupid mother, when it was, is one of these ones go, "Oh, it's nothing. It's not even close to being near as bad as the flu." Went out and may have gotten herself contaminated, and then didn't tell my wife. And my wife went down there to help her do some tax paperwork and work in her garden. And at the end of the day, she told her, "Oh, may have gotten contaminated, last week."
And Gil, Lori Jean is correct. They did say 17.
17 days.
Yes.
Okay. The one article
cleaned and disinfected them.
Yeah. The one article I read was saying 14 days.
The one I seen today said 17 too, but
okay. Well, the one I saw was a couple days old. So yeah.
The one I seen was from today.
Yeah.
Small town. Just sit there and laugh hysterically in their face when they say that stuff, please. And if you have a problem doing so, send me the link. I will go live to laugh in their face. Because anybody that's sitting there, this is a government conspiracy to control other people. Go have a party with your family because that way they can't stop you, is absolute malarkey, and they need to be cleaned themselves.
My neighbor has some hogs and a wood chipper.
I will tell them, hey, go to New York City and have a party right there in Times Square. Not only will you get arrested, but you'll have the disease too. And then you'll see, guess what? The crap's real. How do I know? Because I got a case of it in my house, more than likely. Yeah, I may just go look up Zombie Farmer and give him a couple finger taps on the keyboard. Yes, he is. I watched him a long time ago, and then I watched him start spewing poop and decided he wasn't worth my internet time.
Yeah. It's like, dude, what have you been smoking lately?
Obviously, I haven't found it because I don't get them kind of thoughts. Although for the last, I don't know, several years, everybody thought we were all crazy.
Urban Prepper, you don't need to pull the teeth. It goes through the wood chipper. There ain't nothing left bigger than, say, half my fingernail or a quarter of a tooth.
Question about Lysol. I would say shoot, but you can't do that in Canada. So
proceed. Spray forth.
Yes.
Saying that it fights the sea.
She's talking, yes, Lysol does clean and destroy most 99.9% of viruses. Hi, Kathy. He's doing better at the moment. I still have to, for the next couple of days, monitor his temperature, blood pressure, oxygen levels, and all that other stuff for the next couple of days. But yeah, I'm wishing I could get out to the country right now. I have some freedom seeds that need planting, and I need to go practice planting some.
Pine-Sol kills everything. What's the stuff that they used to use? Trisodium phosphate, TSP.
That'll kill you too.
Yeah. Of course, then there's a real heavy duty stuff, if you can find it.
Lori.
Methyl ethyl death, otherwise known as methyl ethyl ketone.
Yes, it's nasty stuff. Take a whiff of it, you'll be coughing for about an hour. Lori, it does work for this as well. It does. Because they are essentially very similar. They both have a similar outer structure. The inner molecules, or RNA, recombinant, forget the last part of the acronym there, but
yeah,
it's recombinant DNA. So it's RNA, is similar but different, but they're both RNA germs, and the outer shell is very similar. So it kills both.
Yeah.
Yes, and it does mean you have to saturate it. You have to follow directions, and it can't just be sprayed and wiped off. Oh, I'm all good. No. You have to saturate the surface and let it soak.
Yeah.
Sprays like Lysol take on the average of 3 to 5 minutes for, initial contact kill, and for heavier type viruses, as in this stuff, it takes 10 minutes. Remember the wipes I showed you guys that I got in that white jug that are for veterinarians? That's hospital grade stuff. It's 30 seconds for it to kill. And for this stuff, it's 1 minute.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is
okay. We just hit a milestone, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna put it. You can take it down, but I got to type this in here. 68568.
We have a new guest. Everyone say hello to the mysterious prepper himself, Mr. Just in Time Prepping.
Hey, Will.
Hey, guys.
How you feeling, old man?
I'm just in time.
For what? Is there a party going on?
Are you coughing? You got that corona?
No, I was reading my numbers here and I choked on my grape juice.
Oh, how come I got?
What?
There.
Yeah.
I fixed it.
What'd you fix?
No partying going on here.
No partying
I
there.
don't know. I seen your girlfriend reaching in the cupboard grabbing the snacks.
Oh man,
You doing it behind your back, man.
she's gonna get all the goodies.
Yep. I told you she was going to do that, man.
It's okay. I got my plastic.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
I couldn't afford it, but I bought the last box of extra heavy duty, thick black vinyl gloves. Or not vinyl, but you know what I mean.
But you're gonna be.
Last box
Nitrile.
in my warehouse.
Yeah.
And they weren't that bad. They were only $15. I was impressed. They were not price gouging.
Wow. And I need to look at the other one here.
Yeah. He's not a drinker. I used to be one. Not proud of the fact either, but I used to drink a lot of people under the table back when I was young, dumb, and stupid.
I had a couple of those days myself, Dave. That's quite a few years now.
Okay.
Well, apparently they passed a stimulus package. We'll see who gets what. But apparently, I remember a couple of days ago I said the one that was in Congress at that time for they were battling over didn't include people that were on SSI or SSDI or any type of retirement. Apparently, this new one that they're voting on this evening does include something for us.
Not very much though, right? It's like $600 or something like that.
I don't know. We will see if anything happens.
Run this up here.
Just a little secret. I may be purchasing me a new Freedom Seed implementation device.
Yeah.
If they said be a little checkaroo, I'll probably go out and get my CZ.
No, I got a CZ clone right now. The one I'm looking at will be dispensing 9mm parabellums at a very exponential rate due to the barrel length. It's a 16-inch barrel.
Make
So
it
the
two
show
of them, one for me and one for my kid.
The shells that I use predominantly for defense, out of a 4-inch barrel, travel at over 2,000 feet per second.
And if I have any money left over, I'll buy some bullets for them.
Out of a 16-inch barrel, considering I had a high point at one time and chronoed it, they were pushing almost 2,300 feet per second. That is a lot for a little teeny projectile going pew pew.
What's on your mind there, Sandhala?
Well, he said, is there something on his mind?
Yeah, I said, what's on his mind?
I don't know. He's got a question. The question is there something on his mind? Well, last time I checked, we all had hair on our head, so maybe that's just it. Maybe it's just the amount of hair you got left.
Hey, T4, long time no see, my friend.
Okay.
Hey, Will, Urban said you better share them snacks.
Oh, man, the only thing I got candy.
I got some chili cheese corn chips still, but it's not
I
really
got
for 'em.
some corn cheese puffs.
Question: what would happen if we have a coronavirus and a coronal mass ejection hits? Pew pew, good night all. Because the supply chains then would stop.
That little bitty state of New Jersey is about to get hit hard.
When are you closing down on Friday there, North Star?
Okay.
You have
I'm
bad
just-
as a design.
Sorry, I'm updating numbers here, guys. Sorry.
No, it will not be over in a couple weeks. No, ain't gonna happen.
No, not even close. That's why I don't understand why they want to go back to business as usual. That's a
Because everybody up there is feeding. He's getting two different stories from two
they're
different.
drinking the wrong Kool-Aid.
Well, he's getting two different stories from 6 different people, and they argue and fight amongst themselves in front of him. So he doesn't really know who's telling the truth. That's why I said, too bad Gil can't write him and say, "Hey, look, press, wake up."
Yeah.
Lori, a coronal mass ejection is an ejection of a solar flare from the sun. If it is directed at Earth and X8 or above, X7s will do some damage, but an X8 or above will cause significant damage to our power grid.
Maybe
And
Gil could go on Fox and Friends. He listens to Fox and Friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I listen to some other people. But if an X40 goes off, all the electronics will be fried.
Yeah.
Our atmosphere will pretty much be depleted.
Hey, Urban Prepper, I haven't seen you for a while. How are you doing?
No, not sheets. Sheets aren't going to protect you. Oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm predicting the end of May before we start to see this actually mellow out.
At least I'm going farther.
Well, I'm seeing May is where it kind of crests. I'm
Well,
not saying it's going to
yeah.
stop. It's
Yeah.
going to crest right around there. That's when we're going to see the bulk of everything
Yeah.
start to even out and the numbers start to drop unless we get a second wave.
Well, looking at taking what China did, we are not being as draconian as China was as far as locking people down. And it took almost 4 months for theirs to crest and flatten out. And we're only into, so I'm saying 3 more months for us. I'm thinking near the end of June for it to start coming back down. But yeah, I was just crunching some numbers here. Yeah. Yeah, Idaho passed the century mark. The county where my wife is in California passed the century mark. California's teetering on 3,000 cases. But I am willing to make this statement here, looking at the way the numbers are going. We have a good chance in the next 3 hours to pass 70,000 cases for the U.S.
Well, remember, Kathy, there's between a 5 and 8 second delay, and I actually had a problem getting this started tonight. It didn't want to start at first. So there may be an even bigger delay than normal.
Yeah. All right, I want to time this here. Let me get my timer out here. And I'm going to say something, and I want you guys in the chat to type the letter I tell you to, and I'm going to time it to see how long it shows up here.
Watch it take 1 second.
Let me get back here to my timer. There we go. And let me get my other one up here too, so I can watch those here. And that one's behind. Get that back to live. Okay. All right. So type the letter Z. Somebody type the letter Z there, and we'll see how long it takes for you to hear me to say type the letter Z.
Z.
Okay. All right. That was 12 seconds before I saw T-Boars.
8 seconds before it caught, another 8 seconds before it caught up here on the Discord chat. Or
Yeah.
the StreamYard chat.
StreamYard, yeah. So, of course, StreamYard always runs, several seconds behind the YouTube chat anyway. So,
Bama Backwoodsman. Good evening.
hey, Brandon. And Brandon's talking to us from Facebook.
Yep.
I got Facebook family. I'm special.
How do you spell the? I have no idea. I tried to spell it back in school and got an F. I don't know what happened.
I'm not sure how to spell Z either.
ZEE.
I thought I had a K in there somewhere.
No, that's Ezekiel.
Oh, that's why I know that name so well. Yes, biblical. This week's Bible study, folks.
Zed. Lori says Zed.
39 more.
Yeah.
Sign the papers.
How do we get the kids to shelter?
Can't. They're being told by goofball idiots
They're listening to their friends.
No, they're being told by goofball idiots it's no big deal.
Yeah, which are some of our other
Unfortunately,
friends,
the
and
facts
some
are
of
stating something entirely different.
are their idols who know everything.
Problem is, we
Justin
still
Bieber.
got people here on YouTube who are called influencers.
Yeah,
Only because they have 8, 20, 30 million subscribers and get 15 to 20 million views a day on their crap. And that's what
Yeah.
it is, just crap.
Yeah.
They're being told, oh, it only affects the old people, so don't worry about the old people, man. Let them die. We can live. And I'm sorry, that just pushes one of my buttons.
Yeah, let's thin out the population.
Oh, they're not looking at it that way. They're saying, oh, we don't care about the old people. Well, it's the old people that put this country together, doggone it.
yeah. 600 more still in care.
Yes, Pennsylvania, you're right. That is part of the reason. Unfortunately, we had too many down in Florida.
Yeah. I mean, that was like that video for Canada. They said, all right, we gave you a chance to do it. Now we're making it mandatory shelter in place. Yeah. They're talking about $1 million fines.
Oh, I didn't see that there, small town. You see that, Gil?
They are videoing themselves licking toilet seats and
Yeah.
recording
I've seen
themselves coughing on people saying they have, yeah.
Do you know that's actually a biohazard, and that is considered assault with a deadly weapon in 90% of the states?
There's some country that gave a guy prison for coughing on somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a
I'm reading what
fact.
Tibor said.
Walk down the road and slap Canadian prepper.
Yeah. I mean, several of the states are coming out with over 50% of the cases are between 18 and 49. And then there are several cases under as well. LA just had a kid died that was 17.
Ventilators. Some of them are on ventilators.
Yeah.
You see that one guy that him and his wife took that
That's because
powder?
he took the wrong stuff. He took the wrong
One guy died. The wife's in critical condition.
She's not critical. She's just in the hospital.
Well, she was in critical when I watched it.
But yeah, she's still in the hospital. But that's because it took fish phosphate.
Yeah, that one
It's for
drug.
cleaning the tank itself.
What was the name of it?
Chloroquine. It's highly
Chloroquine. That's right.
in a pure form, like chloroquine phosphate is highly toxic.
They took a teaspoon of it, which is like 500 milligrams.
Right, they overdosed it. But, like Doc Bones said, read up, make sure it's the exact dosage of a human, which would be hydroxychloroquine used in conjunction with a Z-Pak. Sorry to hear that, Howie. Yeah, it is, because you're taking something that is literally uncontrollable and you're threatening another person's life with it. That is a terroristic act.
Yeah.
Now the question is, how many governments or countries, counties, and cities are going to prosecute it? Right now, likely none. Well, the percentages say that, and so I have to slightly agree with the percentages. But the problem is the U.S. numbers are blowing all other percentages right up out of the water. We have one city that has more than most countries. Okay, that is a huge issue. I don't know how people can sit there and keep saying it's not that bad when one city has more than most countries.
Yeah.
I mean, New York City, if it was on that map by itself, it'd be like what, Gil, 8th now?
It's hang on, let me check. I was going to bring that up. Give me a
I
second.
closed the window, I would have looked.
Can you check to see where New Jersey's at, Gil?
Hang on, I got to get in there and get to this. I haven't pulled that one up. You get the John Hopkins up, it'll take a minute or two for it to load.
Yep.
Because it loads slow.
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to do something stupid at Walmart when I was in there with Charles the other day. Or yesterday, what was it? Was it yesterday? Monday? I don't remember. But yeah, I would have definitely not been very personality.
All right. The difference between a CPAP and a ventilator is a CPAP pushes just a certain amount of air, gets a positive pressure. A ventilator goes both ways.
Yeah.
Ventilators breathe for you.
It breathes for you.
Yeah, they tried to get me to go on one of those.
All right. Kathy's saying 9th.
They tried to get me to get rid of my BiPAP and go on one of those.
Uh-oh. Hey, Will, look behind you. Look behind you. She's sneaking into more snacks.
Don't tell my niece she's back there.
She's caught on camera.
They're saying wave, Lita. She doesn't want to wave, guys.
All right.
Saying, leave me alone. I'm playing with a microwave.
All right. So I got that number there.
Yeah, a ventilator is no joke.
What is that you're cooking?
Artichoke.
She's cooking artichokes.
Yeah. She can have them. All hers. No thanks.
They said they're all yours.
All right. U.S. Come on. Man, it's slow tonight. I think everybody's on it.
Yeah, it's getting bombarded by people trying to visit.
Nice place to visit. Don't want to stay there.
Yeah,
And for
not as
those
bad
who
as
live in
this
New York,
looks.
I find it funny. New York tried emptying out its population by people leaving. And all the other
Yeah, but
states
they're
are saying,
going to-
no, go back
But they're
home.
going back to Florida. They're going to Florida.
Yeah, and the governor of Florida says if you fly or ride a train or a boat, must self-quarantine for 14 days. It's not stopping the bozos in cars.
All right. New York City itself
Kathy said.
has 17,000, almost 18,000. No, it puts it in 8th. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8th. Puts it above Switzerland, which has 10,000.
And they've got their head in the sand.
Yeah. I mean, looking here, heck, even Nassau, New York would be on the front page here, up like 12th or 15th or so.
And so see people, for those who keep saying it's not a big deal, bullpucky, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. My house is under quarantine. My neighbor is under quarantine. Self-imposed due to concerns of the symptoms that presented themselves.
Okay.
No, but I did hear China is trying to sue the U.S. government, stating that we
What
started this.
copycatting?
No, they're trying to say we started this.
Of course they are. That makes sense,
Yeah.
right? Since it started
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's just a distraction tactic. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Back over here.
Oh, gee. Military in Vancouver yesterday to train. Yay. I'd be nervous, Howie. It's just me.
Hey, Obama Woodman said, let it weed out New York and Cali so electoral college isn't so skewed.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Here's a little nugget that was mentioned on a news show that got halfway through the gentleman speaking it, the feed went to a commercial.
All right. Got good news here. Recovered numbers just jumped a bunch.
Good.
Went from 361 to 593.
That's a good jump.
That's
And
quite a
that-
good jump.
And that dropped the 2-week off shift here by 3%. So we're down to 6% even on the 3-week off shift, and it dropped the direct line across, dropped it from 70%, dropped it from 76% down to 63%.
That's good.
So all those tests that are running on those are finally paying off.
Sound like you got the army coming towards you, Howie.
They're coming to take your farm away. Haha. Oh, wait, that's a song.
They're gonna take your food forest away from you.
I think they'd find a fight.
Yeah. So that's looking good there, at least. Yeah. So actually, with the recovered numbers that just kicked in, the two week off shift data is the lowest it's been so far for the run.
Good. That is a promising perspective.
That is very good.
But the tidbit the gentleman was trying to put forth before mainstream media cut him off is that if this continues into November, which there is a likelihood of it, right now it's like a 30% likelihood. Hold on, I will show you how we get to
Question for you, Gil. They want to know where you're getting your numbers.
Okay, all right. This is the sheet I'm putting together. The numbers I'm getting from this sheet are coming from, let me pull it over here, bring it up here for you and show you. It's coming from Roy Lab, which is the most accurate one we've been able to find. And so I pulled the numbers from there, and let me put this back over here. And I enter the numbers in here. I've plugged in the formulas for these here to give us a direct line across calculation of death rate. And this is a 2-week off shift. So basically it takes the death rate from back here with the recovered rate, which is in a hidden line here, which is basically adding this number with that number to give a resolve rate in here. And then it runs off of it. Let me unhide that so you can see that other number there. It just gets unhide. So, wrong way. Sorry, guys, wrong way. Unhide. There we go. So I got other calculating numbers in here that add things together, and so I can calculate it out. Each one of them I have are gathering up numbers there. So this is the calculation. So that calculates today's recovered with 2 weeks ago's death rates to give a comparison, because it takes 2 weeks for a person to be able to say that they are cured, approximately. Some cases it's as little as 8 days, but for the majority they're going about 2 weeks.
Pennsylvania Prepper. Go to a YouTube main screen and type in Roy Lab. Or I'll type in this following name.
And
look up the name I just typed, Roy Lab Stats.
Yeah.
And when you go to their main page, you'll see their live page.
Yeah. And you go back over here. And there is the Guilford just put in the and everybody's throwing it in there now. Yeah.
Look at the mirror effect, folks. We're doing tunnel vision.
Whoa, yeah.
Oh, Alice in Wonderland.
Oh,
No, Twilight Zone.
Somebody going down the hole.
Oh, what was that TV show? Oh, the Time Machine.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes, you have, Kathy. You have fostered competition. This week's challenge, who can post the most links? Your reward? Pat on the back.
Kathy is my idol. I strive to be as good as her.
That Kathy, she is something else. That's one of the best mods I've seen.
The Wizard of Oz psychedelic time tunnel. Yep, that's what I thought.
Well, Kathy, you've earned it. You do an awesome job as a moderator.
Well, if I could sing worth a lick, I would sing a song from one of the Beach Blanket movies where Eric Von Zipper sings "My Ideal" or "My Idol," but he says "My Ideal."
Don't worry, folks. I can always do this. And now we can't hear him. I muted you.
Oh, okay. But I wouldn't want to sing because I'd break StreamYard.
Yeah, we don't need PETA showing up at all our doors and going, "What are you doing to the cats?" Hey, they make an awful lot of noise.
Okay, since you brought that name up, I gotta give up what the acronym really means. PETA stands for People Eating Tasty Animals.
That's why they try to protect them so they can have them all to themselves. So, other than the current topic we've had for the last 40-ish minutes, what else is on y'all's minds?
I went out to try to do some work outside on the tractor. I walked out the door, and guess what it started doing?
Snowing.
No, it started hailing.
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 Oh, hail.
Little styrofoam balls of hail. You know, it's like, and you just watch it hit the ground, and it goes, and it melts.
That was the weather. That was the weather in Idaho Falls today.
Idaho Falls was not bad. Walmart up there was a little getting packed, but in the one side where I was at, over by the sporting goods, and where they have all the utensils and toasters and microwaves and all the Rubbermaid stuff, you know, there's only like 3 other people over there, and I made a score. They had some 36 cup airtight containers, and I snagged 3 of them, the only 3 they had. It's great for storing the flour in, because we bought
Right. I have a
50 pounds of
drastic
flour.
warning for U.S. citizens. Be prepared this summer. We may see small flying projectiles coming out of Canada toward the U.S. states. Lori's going to go try golf.
I like that, Kathy. Prepare emergencies and terrorist attacks.
I was talking about Lori said.
What did Lori say?
Prepare for small white objects infiltrating the U.S. airspace.
Oh, I'll just send the U.S. tennis team back up there, and they can send them back.
Well, at least since you wouldn't have to go buy more balls. They'd come right back to her. She could try again. Just fair warning, try not to get anywhere near any NORAD installations. They may take that a little offensively, so stay away from the mountain region out in
Colorado.
This other YouTuber I know lives in Idaho Falls.
Question really, what lessons? All right. Don't procrastinate.
Exactly.
Get it, you know, make your list, get out there and start adding to it every chance you can. Don't spend the money on going to take the family to the movies to see the next Marvel Universe movie. Wait till it comes out on DVD and buy it for a third the price. And then you can watch it again and again and again.
Until you're so sick of it, use it for frisbee and target practice.
Don't go out to like Chili's and spend $80 on stuff where you can actually go to the store and you spend $40 on prime rib. You get a lot more for several meals worth.
Actually,
there was a video post on Facebook, and I've seen it around elsewhere, where they open the door and the store employees are like being pushed along by this pyroclastic surge of people down the toilet paper aisle.
As I was going to say, for years we've been practicing for when a pandemic hits. Now that we have one here, you know what's going to happen, and you should be starting to rotate your preps into that stuff so that when it happens next time, we'll really be laughing at the idiots.
Well, the funny thing is, we're only in the beginning stages of this.
Yeah, it's
It
going to
hasn't
get
gone
worse.
full term yet. We do not know if this is the max or if it will get worse. We don't know yet. What if every state has a New York in it? What if it gets that bad? That is something we have to consider. I don't want to see it. I'm not asking for it to happen. I'd rather we get a handle on this. People shut up, stay in their homes, follow the guidelines, wash profusely, do what needs to be done to drop the curve on this. But if people continue to ignore warnings from people who are smarter than we are, then we're not going to get a handle on this. And we're going to have every state have their own version of New York. And then the U.S. will be the leader in something it shouldn't be a leader in. It's not a race we want to win.
Well, what am I skinny because I shaved my face?
What's that, Yo?
Her next one down off that goes and Gill. Small town preparedness. But you want to throw this up?
Bing.
Here's something.
Hold on. Confusion and clicking here. There
Here's
we go.
something I've learned. This is the next book I'm going to be buying.
Yeah, I recommend it. I've read it.
Yeah. Because then I will know what antibiotics I can buy and store and how long I can store them for before I have to replace them by using the generic fish equivalent that are in human doses. I already have this one. I bought this one here on Kindle, and I sent it out to all my ones, and I shared it with my wife as well. So we got 6 copies in our family. But I'm just if this one or this one would come out in the Kindle version, I'd get that on Kindle too.
But I would recommend buying the paperback.
Yeah, because then I can put those little note tabbies on the side for each section. I can just flip to it quickly when I need to find something.
Yeah, I've read most of the book almost completely, and I learned a lot from it. So if a dummy like me can learn it from a book like that, y'all can learn from it.
Yeah,
they did a really good job making it plain English.
And do they have the other one down here? They got the big book.
They're writing a new book too, by the way.
Yeah. And hopefully this one, she'll save the PDF version in multiple locations so that there's an error, she can correct it easier.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tibor,
all right, Bama. That was just, it's a little iffy. Funny, but iffy.
Yeah. Oh, Bama backwoodsman. Oh.
Well, Tibor, to a degree, it is an issue that we should, think about. Because if certain food factories get to nobody goes to work, it's because you can't work in a food factory if there's a chance it can, distributing a disease in it.
Yeah.
Then, there could be severe issues in the food chain. Could be. It's something we have to think about. Are we prepared if that happens? I'm not saying it will. I'm not trying to cause fear. I'm saying use your brains. Do you have enough canned goods in your house to supplement any dehydrated food you got? I do. Do I want to start eating any of that? No, I don't. I'd rather save it, But if supply chain breaks down for whatever reason, be it the food manufacturing facilities are closed due to people sheltering in place, I'm set.
Yeah.
So I challenge each one of you guys who are stored up stuff, go through and make sure you've got enough to supplement each other, because you do not want to eat the same stuff every single day. Your body will start rejecting the food.
Yeah, we have a wide variety of all the different things of oatmeal, cream of wheat, all those type cereals that you can store for a long time. We got, a very variable amount of those, plus the regular like corn flakes and stuff like that as well. And then we have freezers full of stuff out there that we've loaded in.
But you gotta make sure that you eat that stuff too, so your body don't go all bat whack.
Oh no, well, it's all part of what we eat normally. And so we just stocked up extra on it, and instead of having just one bag or two bags of the chicken whatever it's called, with the bow tie noodles and the chicken and the sauce and stuff, fettuccine. Instead of having just one of those, we got 4 of those in the freezer. And the garlic chicken stuff, the bird's eye, instead of having one of those, we got 4 of those in the freezer. So we just up what we have, and then we have boxes and boxes of noodles, and each one of those bags, frozen bags, has 2 pouches inside of it. So with one pouch, we'll add a pound of pasta to it and stretch it out and make it go farther.
All right. Kathy, per what you just posted there, that is the reason Trump is trying to fast track some of these things. And yeah, Tibor, I got both your posts there. That's the reason he's trying to fast track it, because if any part of our supply chain, thank you, China, for disrupting my speech. If any part of the supply chain goes bonkers, every part of the supply chain is going to take a hit. It's simple.
They got some trucks that are just sitting on the side of the road waiting to go. They're full. They just have to have a place to go to. I think I even heard somewhere that they had people taking food out to the truckers so they don't have to leave their trucks until it's time for them to go to their destination.
Most of that's truck drivers waiting at food pickup places. They're sending trucks in by the hundreds for places that are only used to preparing food by the tens. The average, having driven truck for 30 years, I used to pick this stuff up. Okay, so I can tell you what's happening. A lot of these trucking companies are shifting their focus from, some dry goods like giant rolls of paper, and I'm not talking toilet paper, I'm just talking regular paper.
Right.
Packaging. And they're shifting their focus to food warehouses that actually manufacture or package the food. Well, instead of those food warehouses, which normally see 25 trucks a day, sometimes 30, now those places are seeing in excess of 50 to 75 trucks a day. And those drivers, and having been one of those drivers, I know what they're going through. They're sitting in their truck 8, 10, 12, 16 hours at a place waiting to pick up a load of food to take it somewhere. Because the warehouse can only move so much food so fast. There's only so many docks that they can park a truck into. Yep. They can't add docks. It's $1 billion process to add docks that are safe enough to park an 80,000 pound rig on. Okay, it's just not something you pop up in a day. It's not like a mobile home.
Yeah, I got a buddy that's a truck driver. He was talking to me yesterday and said he doesn't even have a day off anymore. He's just constantly going somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, Dave. I put up those 2 books that Bama Backwoodsman was talking about up here on Amazon.
Come on,
so there's Where There's No Doctor and Where There's No Dentist.
I got pliers.
So these are both.
I'm going to be a dentist. I've got some pliers.
Yeah, so they got the Kindle version, the paperback version for the one, and they got a multimedia disc, which is probably video slides and color pictures and other stuff like that. But then they also have the for the Where's There's No Dentist, they just have the paperback edition here on Amazon.
That's why they call them practitioners. They're just practicing,
To your point, yeah, they can only drive so many hours. The average truck driver, if he follows the legal letter of the law, can only drive a total of 14 hours in a 24-hour period.
Yeah, he got one of them newfangled trucks that won't let him drive too many hours.
Right. And you have to mandatory take 1 day off every 8 or every 7. I mean, every 7 days you have to have a full 24 hours off duty somewhere.
Yeah, he's been driving
Not
trucks
like
for
the
40
blue-
years. He knows how to do it.
Well, if he's running one of them trucks with a computerized system in it, he ain't doing it. 'Cause he'll
Yeah.
run to jail, guaranteed. I don't know. I had to fight getting tickets for that stuff. I had to prove that where I had my 24-hour layovers at. I had to show receipts. I've been to court fighting logbook violations. And it's not fun when you're trying to fight the government. You almost never win.
Yeah, they might be stretching the law right about now. You never know.
Oh, when they're talking truck drivers, they don't stretch the law for them. They actually tighten it down. I'm actually expecting the OSHA and the DOT to start regulating truck drivers a lot harder because of this. I
Yeah,
expect them to impose harsher
maybe I'll
fines.
give him a call and
more
find out what he.
restrictions.
Maybe I'll give him a call tomorrow and see if they're stretching it out for him.
If they are, then the company's violating federal law, and the company can get fined in excess of $1 million per violation if the company.
Well, I'm
is
not saying that you don't know the law. I'm saying maybe the government is allowing them to do
No,
it.
the government's not. The government's
No,
not.
no.
They're
The
not.
reason I mentioned the fact that the DOT and OSHA may be extending the rules to harsher, stiffer penalties is because I've already heard rumblings of it.
Yeah,
Because too many truck drivers are sitting at warehouses waiting for 16 to 20 hours, and then their companies are telling them, get going, take off anyway. Just because you're out of hours, go. They're telling them to figure out some way to bypass things, which is illegal. That puts your life as a
well,
citizen.
most of those new trucks won't let them anyway. That's what I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm not saying one way or the other. I just said maybe I'll call and find out.
All right. Yeah. The only things I've heard that people are doing okay is where they have a husband and wife team driving
The
together.
teams are okay because they can shift, even sitting in a warehouse, because you are not allowed to log off-duty time at a warehouse as time that is counting in off-duty for your 24-hour period or your 8-hour period. That has to be logged as on duty, not driving at a warehouse. And you can only do that for 12 hours straight. So if you're there for 16 hours, guess what? You have to take an 8-hour break in that 16 hours somewhere, which means, when they call you to move your truck, you can't.
How's New Jersey doing? Did you look it up?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. What else we got
And
here?
yes, T4, 99% of trucks are satellite tracked. One of the myriad of reasons that I got out of driving, because the company I was working for was being told by one of the companies that they hauled for, which was a Fortune 500 company, that you will install satellites so we can track our loads. And that very same company got in trouble with the FBI for white collar crimes.
Yeah, some of those guys own their own trucks, but they still have to have that little thing on the truck telling the bosses where their truck's at all the time.
Owner operators from Schneider, JB Hunt, Warner, and numerous others that all have owner operators. Owner operators will lose their butt at this time if they can't get loads. And a problem is JB Hunt, Schneider, Warner, CRST, a company out of Springfield, Missouri. They're all satellite tracked, and they also have fast track into government contracts. Guess where 90% of product is manufactured is being sent to first? Government contracts. Then the general people get their share.
Yeah.
If there's anything left over. Owner operators have it great when the government doesn't stick its nose up their rear ends. when the government starts doing that, owner operators lose their butt.
Yeah. I've known a lot of truck drivers. I know it's been a bitch.
And for those wondering what Kathy was talking about, I'm making these. If you want one, email me.
What's your item that you're giving away?
Selling.
Giving it away, selling it.
Selling it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cost of shipping is expensive, dude.
Oh yeah. What are you selling? Show it
Show
to
me.
me again.
Hold on. There, let me make it big for you. Come on, computer.
There it is.
Here, I'll cover my face with it.
That's kind of cool. What are you selling those for?
To support the channel.
No.
No, how much?
Oh, I'm actually going to sell it for $20. That covers
20?
shipping and everything. Yeah, Ohio did raise the weight restriction. Actually, my postal lady, as long as I hand her cash, which I can sneak out and get to the ATM at night when there's nobody out and around, as long as I can get her cash, she will actually take it and ship it out for me, which is what I had to do with Mimsy's. I haven't been able to get to an ATM yet to get Lori Jeans sent out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, broker houses are fun. Yay, not really. Well, Sand Hollow, according to the sun's surface, contrary to what a lot of YouTuber fearmongers are saying, we're not going into a solar minimum. We're actually fixing to go into the next solar cycle. And we will see solar activity re-increase. We've already started seeing sunspots in the proper areas to indicate that we are going to see another solar cycle before we hit grand minimum.
Yeah. Yeah. What's his name? Does
Suspicious observers. His
Yeah.
name is Ben Davidson.
he was talking that the minimum was cut short with one of the cycles on the sun, and it's picking back up. If you check out their thing every morning, it's a good 5-minute watch, and it's a lot of information. And he starts out with the image, showing the photos of the sun through the special telescopes and stuff, showing all the hot spots, the cold spots, the flares, the magnetic turbulence, and everything. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, oh man, you got people brake checking semis, and that's about the most idiotic, insane thing you can do. Oh, that dang truck's holding me up. I'm gonna get in front of him and slam on my brakes. I'll teach him. Well, the truck's gonna teach that driver of that car that you don't stop in front of an 80,000-pound missile going down the highway. They can't stop in a corner.
Yeah.
Unlike your car, which can stop in like 30 feet, that semi takes a football field at 60 mile an hour to stop. Heaven forbid if they're running 70 mile an hour, which is the speed limit in some states. Hey, Gunslinger, he is doing better.
Hey, Gunslinger.
But he is doing
Hey,
better.
Gunslinger, what's up, my friend? How are you?
Yeah, I spent 30 years covering the nation's highways, delivering everything from baby food to explosives. So, yeah, I've covered the gambit. I've run tankers, doubles, triples, flatbeds, reefers, the whole 9 yards.
Hmm.
I used to put trailers inside docks in New York City that were designed for 28-foot pups with a 48-foot trailer. No, I'm just trying to make sure my point gets across. You want me to get angry? I can get angry. No, I can't do that. I would laugh hysterically before I even got a full sentence out.
Me too, my friend. Me too.
Now, I do have a very high disdain for the DOT, because see, when I started, I could actually drive 14 hours in a day and take a total of 2 hours off and an 8-hour sleeping break. Do that, no problem.
There was a time you could run 2 sets of books too. Those days are all gone.
I never ran 2 books. I have a memory like a trap. I can remember exactly where I stopped, what time it was, and what time I left, up to 2 weeks back. And that's how I ran my logbook. I didn't write my logbook unless I knew I was going to hit a DOT station.
Yeah.
Then I backtracked it. And I could do that up to 2 weeks. My boss used to get mad at me. Where's your logbook? It's in the truck. Go get it. Why? Well, I want to read it. No, you don't.
It's empty.
Why
I
not?
haven't filled it out yet.
Yeah, I told him, I said, you just sent me to Florida 3 times this week. Guess what? One of those trips has to disappear. You tell me which one disappears so I can fill out a logbook. Because from Ohio to Florida and back 3 times in 1 week is illegal as all heck. Yeah, I used to do no stuff, which is why he got in trouble with the FBI for white collar crimes. I don't have a printer. Otherwise, it would be intensely faster that way. So if we do get a government stimulus, one of the things I'm going to order from Amazon is a nice printer so I can actually sit here, print, package, and hand it to her when she shows up, and she'll take
Yeah,
care
they're
of it.
pretty cheap anymore. I can't believe how cheap those things have gotten.
Yeah, but I can't carry one home from Walmart.
Oh, sure you can.
Well, I mean, I can. I'm not going to, especially in this day and age. Not with the areas I have to walk through. Not unless I'm carrying
Some of
something.
them will fit
outside
right
of
in your
the
backpack, Dave.
No, I got a back. Excuse me, I got one big enough. If anybody's a smoker, remembers the old Marlboro Miles things they used to have, then you might remember the old Marlboro mountain bag that they had. The
Yeah.
backpack bag. I've got one. It will hold a lot. I used to walk back and forth when Charles was still an infant. I'd walk to Walmart and grab $80 worth of baby stuff, baby food, and carry that home in that bag. They're durable. Put 80 pounds of baby food in one of them things. You'll feel it.
Hey, Will,
Sure.
small town preparedness wants to know where is your popsicle?
Oh crap. Better turn around and
It's already
quit
melted.
running up.
It's already melted.
Uh,
Don't choke yourself.
Hold on.
You're gonna hang yourself. That's too easy. Way too easy. That's not fair. He's not sharing.
No, not too easy.
Hold on. I almost got it out of there.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Dave?
will say one thing. Yes, sir.
When I have returned stuff for Amazon now or on several other places, they're no longer allowing me to print out a label.
No, you have to go straight to UPS or Kohl's or somewhere
No,
like that.
UTS will come pick it up, and the driver will have the label already. The next day, when he comes out the next day, he'll have the label, and he puts the label on it and takes it and goes and gives you the other half of the sheet.
They didn't do that for me when I had to send something back that was junk.
Mm.
I had to walk up to the USP or the UPS store up here and had to have them scan it. And oh, okay, yeah. Then I realized, oh wait, I could have done it at Kohl's, and Kohl's I didn't have to cross 2 roads and walk the extra half mile.
They just started that. I mean, I've had it like in the last 2 months. They've done. They started doing it.
Yeah, it was about 2 months ago when I had to send it. I wish I could have got the Cantina blanket. That Marlboro stuff was durable. Because how long has it been since that bag came out? Well, it's been over 10 years. And that was before my mom passed away, which is in 2004.
That was way too easy.
So we're talking, this bag I've got was probably 2000, 2001. Roughly back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, once, if we do get the stimulus, I am going to buy a printer and a stock of pieces of wood. I've got some round little plaques that I can make stuff on too. Yeah, once I get, because I've already got an account set up with USPS, so once I get a printer, I can actually pay in print and tape, and then extra tape to make sure they can't open the box accidentally on purpose.
Yeah.
just a little bit there, small town. Just a little bit. But hey, you can join me. I got one more pack in the cupboard. And when that one's gone, I quit. So I'm gonna
You
need a
got
lot of
quit?
need a lot of emotional support from my YouTube family as well as my Facebook family. I would love a Glowforge, but have you seen the price of them dang things? Because I could, some of the designs I currently have in my folder, I could make some really fancy stuff. And as seeing as how I wouldn't have major overhead, I could actually do it cheaper than most of the people. Which is why I like being small and having virtually no overhead and doing it pretty much per order. That way I can keep prices cheaper. If I have to try and buy a bunch of stuff in advance and have an overhead, then I have to try and figure out how to cover that overhead over a period of time. I wonder if Charles realized I've let him stay up way past his bedtime yet. I figure I'll be nice to him, let him have a little extra fun this evening. He was not in a good shape last night. He came home crying, and as any of you parents know, when you see your kid bawling like that with tears running down their face, screaming and holding their head because it hurts so bad, then 2 seconds later they explosively vomit everywhere. It kind of hurts, breaks your heart a little bit. What you got to Gil? Looking at
I got the Glowforge. Showing it working. Kind of cool.
Yes, it is. I'd love to get one because you can. Where mine only engraves with the Glowforge. Look at that light she made.
Yeah. It's going to repeat here. It starts back over again. So it cuts out the pieces. You snap the pieces together, glue them together, and yeah. Something else I learned to deal with on this because of this event was from the Green Wizard about the garden, and I got his. I went and picked up the Kindle book from him.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's a good book.
Not that I get anything out of it, but. And welcome back, Miss Lori. We were talking about you a few minutes ago.
Not me.
Well, true. I was the one talking
Welcome
about you.
back, Lori.
And old man, I would just be on the safe side. Soak it, let it sit.
All right.
That is a pretty good book. You'll like it.
Yeah. But
It's got lots of good stuff in it.
that is. I'm going back to this. This is cool. I just like watching this.
I also want to get an engraver, not just a burner, but an engraver so I can actually engrave things in the wood. And then when it's engraved, I can sit there and fill the engraving in with a colored epoxy, which would really make something stand out really nice looking.
Oh, yeah.
But then the cost of that stuff goes up. What I'm selling right now is unfinished wood. You can finish it any way you want. That's why it's cheaper.
Yeah. You can make all sorts of cool things. That thing.
Yep. You can engrave on stuff. You can cut balsa wood up to 3 millimeter with no issues at all. And see, that's what I'd like to do. Because what I'd like to do is take my SOP emblem and etch out the details in the middle of it, and then stick that on top of a coaster, so it's kind of a 3D effect.
I do, Tibor.
Yeah.
I use all kinds of stuff. I have stamps, and I have a leather burner and everything, dyes. I use dyes. I have all kinds of things I use. I use all kinds of rivets and buttons. And
Small tone, you mean like this?
yep. That's pretty good. That
SOP.
you lasered that in there?
What's that?
You lasered that in there?
Yeah, that's laser burned.
All right, old man ordered the Green Wizard's book.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're gonna like that book, old man. I have a copy of it. Lots of good
No,
stuff.
I remember
in
when
there.
you gave a copy of it away, I tried real hard to win that and I didn't. So then I went out and bought one. Told a friend about it when I was about halfway through. He borrowed it. I ain't never seen it again. So now I gotta go get another one. But I think the cheapest Glowforge is like 1,500.
Cheapest thing I'm looking on here,
Hey, White family, how you doing?
Hey, why?
the basic Glowforge here it says is 24.
Oh, they went up.
The Glowforge plus 3D is $39.95, and the Pro is $59.95.
Right. The Pro
So
also
six-
comes with a machine that helps ventilate it
Yeah.
and also cools it.
So
Yeah, the rivets are a little hard to get used to there, Tibor. They come with all the tools that you need first time you use them, and they have a little instruction sheets, but you'll use a few of them before you get the hang of it.
Oh, let me see if I can find something real quick. I'll show you guys a nifty little machine that'll do you wonders doing those rivets. Remember what my site was.
Hey, our White family.
Hold on, I'm getting there. I'm just a little bit slow today.
Yeah, they got little sewing machines on Amazon.
The Tibor says Uncle Sam's going to buy him one.
Okay. Oh my God, they lowered the price on this. Sorry, Lord. I didn't mean to say it that way, but man, they lowered the price on this. Back when I bought one, it was well over $100.
I hand stitch all mine.
Hey, Dave.
I just enjoy doing it.
Zap! Lord just zapped you.
What? I missed it.
What you said there? I didn't mean to do
These
that.
snaps here.
Here,
No,
folks.
they're snaps.
For those who are doing leather and doing rivets, this machine right here
Oh, that's
make
nice.
everything
Little, yep,
10 times faster.
yep.
This is
Is
what
that
I
what
use
they
when
call,
I'm
I
uncomfortable.
use what they call a hammer.
Yeah, no, it is pricey at $72.95, but it produces perfect rivets every single time.
Yep, I use what they call a hammer. Whack.
But this is on holstersmith.com, and I will throw a link in the chat because I can do that part.
Unless
y'all-
Kathy beats you to it.
I've already pushed the button. We'll see how long it takes. Wow.
And look
There
at like
it
this.
is.
The more of
22
that
years
fancy stuff that you use, the more you got to jack up the price of your project to pay for the extra stuff.
But see, that used to be
Hey.
$109 because when I bought one, it was $109. Now it's $72. I
Yep.
may actually buy one again soon to start making holsters and stuff again, because I've got most of the other tools. I just got to pick up a few small things and this so I can actually do the rivets correctly. Because I'll tell you what, when it comes to Kydex holsters, the rivets, if you don't hit it perfectly flat, it'll flare out and bust on one side, and then you have to try and drill it out or pull it out, and there's a high chance of destroying your Kydex, which means you have to remake the whole thing all over again.
Oh, you're talking about Kydex. I'm talking about leather.
Right, but I mean, if you
It's
split-
basically the same thing, but
right, if you split a rivet, then you got to try and get it back out of there without destroying the leather.
yep.
And Kydex is a little more resistant than leather, but not much. So, but yeah, if we do get the stimulus, I may actually get another press and start making Kydex holsters again. I don't want to get into making ones for pistols, but I will get into making them for knives.
I hear you, Tibor.
Oh dear, 20th episode of Cheers.
Leather is sexy.
I like Kydex for some things, leather for some things. And I like my machete. It's way too big to actually make a Kydex sheath for it. I could, but it'd have to be a multi-piece. So I like the fact that it's in leather. And certain other things look good with leather. But finding leather sheaths for the things I would want in leather are near impossible. So I'd have to have it custom made, and I'm not shipping my stuff out right now. Because see, I wouldn't mind a leather sheath for my my baby, but
Yeah, for my
you have to take and add all the extra stuff on that I've got on this.
for my pistol, I have a Kydex inside the waistband. It's Kydex. Just slips inside my waist.
I've got inside and outside the waistband. So I'll stop sharing that for now.
But my shoulder holster, it's leather. So.
As a gunslinger, that's where I'm sitting right now. I'll believe it if I see it. The problem is, never mind. I'm gonna shut up because I'll wind up on a soapbox, and I don't want to wind up on a soapbox.
Kathy added that it's free shipping too on that machine.
If you wanted to get a making, because holstersmith.com also owns knifekits.com. So if you want to make your own knives, they got all kinds of stuff there that you can actually make your own knives with too.
Oh, like blanks and stuff.
Yeah, they actually have knife kit blanks and everything.
Yeah.
Everything from standard to Damascus to folders to ring lock, everything.
You have a cherry pineapple popsicle? That sounds pretty darn good.
Yeah. All right, White Family was asking a question. White Family was asking, how many of us are tired, are all tired of sheltering in place? He thinks he's on his 20th episode of Cheers.
That's what I said. Cheers.
I'm so busy. I don't have time to do stuff.
Okay, Kathy, just hit me up
My
tomorrow.
shelter in place is, busy.
Did you hear it, Kathy? Just hit me up sometime tomorrow on Discord to let me know you want to chit chat, and we'll get everything set up so we can discuss it.
Yes. She has to go.
All right, Miss Kathy, you have a great evening.
All right, Bama, the one that I show on there it's been designed to do the rivets for holsters and sheaths, but it also has the punches for regular rivets. The rivet ones on Amazon aren't set up for the Kydex rivets, which have holes all the way through them, which is the reason I spend the extra few dollars to get the one from Holstersmith.
I don't always use Amazon either. I like to use that Springfield leather. They have better quality for rivets and snaps.
And Tibor says they said on the news, watch your mailbox in the next 30 weeks for that check.
Oh, sorry. I had a cough.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was a dry cough. Oh, no. Ah.
What did they actually
check that out? Tibor Springfield leather.
What did they actually come up with for a price of this stimulus check people are supposed to be getting?
It's $1,200.
No, he's talking total. He's talking total cost of the stimulus package. For the
no, I'm talking about individual checks.
Yeah, $1,200
per adult. If you're married, you get two $1,200 checks, and $500 per child under a certain age.
No, all our children are 20 or above.
They'll get their own check.
They'll get their own checks.
Okay.
One doesn't. They were saying on the White House briefing thing tonight that if you have already gotten your income tax back already, so you already put your income tax in and you already got it back, you'll probably get your check first.
Okay.
And then if you haven't done that, then you'll probably have to wait an extra amount of time.
I think my wife had me sign it about 4 weeks ago when she was up here. She's an accountant. She does that fast.
And the only reason
Now-
he said the only
Yeah.
reason for that is because you've already sent your tax thing in, and they've already got your bank info, so
Yeah.
they'll just send the money to that whatever info you have
Well,
on your
that should be
income
the same
tax.
for those on disability and social security as well.
Yeah, that's what I
Because
figured
for
too.
that
But
too. But
Yeah.
there's no guarantee we're still gonna get it. I know the original bill
I'll-
had no provision
I'll
for
believe
it.
it when I see it.
Right.
Yeah.
But apparently the new bill does have a provision for it.
Now I got another question on here, guys. Now suppose you have, all right, my middle son, he's 23, but he's a full-time student.
So you claim him still, right?
No,
I
actually,
believe-
you can't call him.
Actually, I think my wife, we can, because he's a full-time student
when
and
my
he's under,
son
and he's under, and he's under
My son was
26.
in college, I claimed my son. So you guys might get his money.
Yeah.
You might get like 600 or something.
All right,
dollars.
Pennsylvania Prepper, have a good night.
Yeah,
My wide family, I am sorry you got all scratched.
But he
up.
might get some money too. You know, that's how it worked out for our income tax. With we'd get money for him, and then he would get money too.
okay.
I didn't know you had a giveaway going. I missed it because I'm not getting notifications off anybody. As a matter of fact, just before I started my live stream, I turned on my tablet over here and it says, guess who's live? It says, Will, Just in Time Prepping's Monday Night Roundtable is now live. What? That's like several days old.
Several days, I would say.
YouTube, get your act together. Turn
You're
off
probably
the
gonna
AI.
live
making
stream
our
I
lives
have
miserable.
today, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to get rid of the AI. It's making our lives miserable,
Well,
especially now.
my daughter and her husband should be getting each a check, and then they have 3 kids right now. The 4th one is due April 4th.
Well, they got a chance of getting a bunch of cash. They'd be getting like 2,400, 25, 26. Wow, probably
yes, we can,
2,700.
Please do so.
You better hang on to those two. They're getting a lot of cash.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, yes, you have my permission to post your giveaway video here. Please do so. And folks, if you haven't visited Pennsylvania Prepper, get busy.
Yeah, I gotta go check. I haven't seen a couple her things in a couple days.
Me either. I didn't get nothing back when Bush was president. I got a
Yeah,
check spot.
Tell him
I was
it's
working at
okay to
casino.
post his link up there.
I already did. Well, all right. Let me check something here.
His name's Blue. He can post whatever he wants. Oh,
Well,
he
Henry,
didn't take my live stream.
yeah, when Bush
Okay.
gave out all that money, I didn't get nothing. I was working at the casino, and they get nothing. Matter of fact, nobody at the casino got anything.
Like I say, the government does what they want.
All right. So let me get this.
Was I a 1099 at the time? No, I was a regular 1040 easy. When I drove truck, I was a 1099 employee.
Well, I'm gonna have.
Paid
I'm
more
gonna.
taxes in 4 years than most people paying 10.
Well, I'm gonna unsubscribe and resubscribe to Pennsylvania Prepper.
Re-ring the bell. Ding, ding, ding.
Subscribe, re-ring the bell, and maybe I'll get notifications again.
I doubt it. The AI is taking over. There's nobody in the office to control it. Not that they did in the first place.
Yeah. Uh-oh. You mean we got Skynet forming at at YouTube? Skynet is alive at YouTube and Google.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's why we had problems with Facebook yesterday. For an hour and 10 minutes, it had problems. I got an email.
And then it canceled your live stream halfway through.
For that last hour of it, it knocked off about the last hour of it because it took everybody out.
Yeah, Yeah, Mr. Zuckerberg don't like us being able to stream to it. He wants you to use its platform. Poppycock.
Yeah, T-Board nailed it. Unless you owe back taxes or child support. Now, does that child support automatically go to the person you owe child support to?
Not always. I dealt with that for 30 years.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I actually just finally got done paying off the government what they said they needed. Ugh. Did that back in December. Paid off the last final bit. I no longer have to pay child support anymore.
My son's 20. I still get child support.
Okay, folks, there's Pennsylvania Preppers giveaway. Please take the time to go visit, watch, and follow the instructions.
Sign up.
I normally don't enter the giveaways, but you never know. I might sneak one in there.
Yeah, I usually sign up for them and then pay it forward. When I finally ever hit the winner, if I ever hit 4K, I'm going to have a massive giveaway, give away some stuff I just got laying around here.
Well, I've got several companies that say once I hit 1,000, they'll start sending me stuff, and 90% of that'll go out to the YouTube family.
Yeah, I got
I'm gonna keep.
2 or 3 sites to give away.
Welcome back.
Scope and some other stuff.
Yeah, that's what's happening, Gunslinger.
Some shooting glasses.
Warren Cruz, good evening.
All right, there we go.
MRE person. So if y'all hungry, go watch. Go on.
Yeah, Lori's back just in time to miss the giveaway.
So, hey, Lori, do you know Warren Cruz? If not,
Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, everybody.
yeah.
Give Dave a thumbs up.
Mortician school. Not exactly my ideal line of work, but hey, somebody's got to do the dirty work.
I'm bowing.
I was gonna say chicken support. You supporting Chick-fil-A or something there?
Oh, they know who that's for.
Yeah, everybody knew that meant child. We were good.
All right. 69008.
If she takes a year off of school, that may actually stop. child support.
045.
Because she's on her own enough to do it.
Ooh, okay.
Excuse me, what's up?
New numbers. The recovered rate just went up a little bit more, so it took the 2-week shift down to 50 or down to 5.8,
Awesome.
and the straight across, current live today rate down to 62.9.
That's getting better.
Yeah, we just passed 69,000 cases.
Well, a wide family, tell her I am not volunteering my services for her classroom studies. Just saying. Oh, so does Defiance County. See, Ohio, for those who don't know, and hopefully none of you ever have to find out, or your kids ever find out, but Ohio has the second most stringent rules in the nation when it comes to child support. California is the only one that's worse. Yep, I seen it. Can't afford any of it. Ohio will take and travel. And how do I know this? Because they told me they did it when they were bringing me back out of Michigan. The two officers that picked me up in Michigan way back in the early 90s drove to California. And the rising NBA star just got drafted by an NBA team. So he was, early 20s. They went, and in a game, he had been on the floor. It was their first break. They walked up, arrested him in the arena in front of all the fans, put him in shackles, took him in a car, and drove him back from California in shackles. Ohio is nasty when it comes to child support. Not always, Tibor. I won my case. But I'm the exception, not the rule. I also know the laws well enough to speak it in front of a judge and make the judge go, oh, this guy actually has a brain. Okay, maybe he can take care of a child. I would postpone said vacation for a year. Just to be on the safe side. I'm not saying this is going to last that long, but until we can get an actual virus killer in our systems, it's going to be iffy for a while.
Okay. Check that. Okay.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna head out.
All righty.
Have a good one. See you later. Be safe. God bless.
Thanks for hanging out with me. Oh yeah, you're welcome for me hanging out with you. I keep forgetting
I
it's
was
not
trying
mine.
to get there, but you run in your mouth. All right. Have a good one.
Night, guys.
Night. Oh, the air pump's gone.
Oh, I thought we were still riding inside the bottom of a nuclear sub.
Nah, nuclear sub's quieter. That would have been an old diesel one.
Oh, well, either way.
Okay, talking more. 18,000 in lawyer fees, still no results.
Yeah, Lori Jean, I understand that number all too well.
Well, my kids are both all my kids are over 18, so if something were to happen, which is highly unlikely between me and my wife, no child support there.
Exactly. The alimony, well, you won't even have to worry about alimony because she makes a lot more than you do.
Right now, yeah.
So, folks, we've covered somewhat of the gambit this evening. Anything else?
Lori's comment.
Thank you, Lori, for taking over the comedic relief.
Empty beer cans at the Russians. Now, you really want to slow them down, Lori? You just throw a full bottle of vodka out there and watch them fight over it.
It's got to be the right kind, though.
All right, put it this way: throw out some American Scotch out there. Those guys go nuts over American Scotch.
I'm sorry, I'm a snob when it comes to Scotch. Single malt from Scotland.
Hey, the Russians ain't that much of a snob. All they want is American Scotch or American whiskey.
My senior year of high school, he taught a lot of classes. I had, out of the 6 hours a day that I had classes, I had him for 4 of my classes in my senior year because he actually covered such a variety of things. He had, and when we got my final report card showing that I was graduating, he already knew I was joining the Army. He broke open a bottle of single malt Scotch that he'd had for 25 years, and him and I had a drink out of it. That was the smoothest drink I've ever had in my life. Don't want it anymore, but that was pretty smooth. She's had vodka from Russia. Did it come with love? Was it From Love with or From Russia with Love? Sorry, yes, I like my James Bond movies.
Michael's comment.
Hmm. Yeah, if you disguise it right, they probably would drink Bigfoot.
The only scotch I drink is something called butterscotch beer.
Now, I like my butterscotch rum and my butterscotch schnapps. Now, mind you, folks, I'm saying that I like them. I don't drink anymore, but I did like them a lot when I was younger.
But yeah, this stuff, if you take a good shot of it, your eyeballs will spin in your head from the sugar rush.
Mhm.
Let's see here. See if I can bring this up here. Looky.
Yeah, I used to fancy myself a connoisseur of many fine drinks in my young age. Not so much more.
Here we go.
Voila. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
Let me throw this up bigger here. Comes in a 4-pack. Flying Cauldron butterscotch beer, non-alcoholic. But boy, it make your eyeballs spin. You take a good shot of it. That is a sipping soda. You don't chug that sucker.
I agree, Tibor. What was I? I had to be like 15 years old. And one of the folks I did some babysitting for had some gin sitting on the counter. I'm going, I wonder what that tastes like. I never spit something out faster in my life.
Gin and tonic, gin yuck spits. uh,
Rumpel. Yep, 100 proof schnapps for head and chest colds. It'll kick it out of you fast. You can say, wow, that was strong.
one of the guys I work with, his thing was you get a bottle of wild turkey, you sip it all night long. It'll burn the fever out of you.
I just can't remember the recipe. My mom, she told me many, many, many moons ago, and she's long since passed away. But when I was really little, she took me to the hospital because I had a fever of like 101.
Mhm.
And they said, oh, it's no big deal. I go figure where they get the information nowadays. It's no big deal. Just take him home. And it climbed to 102.3 by the time she got me home. So she mixed cream de-menthe and something else, put it in my baby bottle, which knocked me out, and my fever broke within an hour. Bless you. I've never drank Jägermeister. Never. I have friends that swear, oh, it's the best stuff in the world. Then I watch how they act after they've had like 2 or 3 shots of it. Yeah, it's comical. It sure is, buddy. Go ahead and drink some more. I'll stay sober. Thanks.
Oh, geez. Where is it? Let me find this other one here. This is gonna be funny.
Uh-oh. Do I really need to age restrict this?
Yeah, we'll see. If I can remember what the title of it's called.
Well, back in the early, what was it? No, back actually in the late 80s. I want to say 88, 89. I was running sound for a hard rock band that did covers. And we came up with a drink. It was Tabasco sauce and pepper schnapps. We're not talking 1 or 2 little drops. We're talking a lot. We called it a fireball. Guess what schnapps made less than a year later? We sent it to them without doing a copyright protection for ourselves. They copied it, changed it minor so we couldn't go after them, and they created the schnapps fireball drink that you see on bar shelves now. You want to talk about 6 of us kicking ourselves in the rear end for not doing the right thing, like mailing a copy of it to ourselves so we could copyright it, which is a poor man's copyright. we could have protected ourselves and actually made something off of that.
You guys want a good laugh? Let me put this on the
Ding, ding, ding.
thing
Wait,
here. Hang on. I'm just posting it right here.
Oh,
All right. This video.
let me know when you're ready.
You ready? We're ready.
Okay.
It's called Tequila Joke Video, Funny Comedy.
Uh-oh.
And it's done like a commercial. Do you suffer from love? Do you wish you had something more assertiveness? These questions. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about tequila.
To kill you.
And it breaks into that it has the song going in the background, the tequila song, and goes in, and the rest of it, she's talking about stuff, I'll give us all the stuff about it, all the fun stuff, and then it goes into most of it is the side effects. Yeah. Warning, tequila, it's not for those who drink, it's not for those who are pregnant or nursing. However, if you wouldn't mind, here it is. Should not use tequila. Yeah, you guys, you have to listen to it. It is absolutely hilarious. And they go through all these friggin' side effects that are just absolutely hilarious. Make you think that your ex wants you to call you at 4 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, so if you guys want a good laugh.
Yeah, tequila makes you stand up to the biggest person in the bar and laugh and slap their face.
It makes you think that everybody wants you to hug them and say, I love you. It's just absolutely hilarious, this stuff in this song. I mean, in this little commercial thing. And like I say, it goes through a bunch of warnings. Yeah. So you want a good laugh tonight. You had the link there. Go ahead and queue it up for after the live. And yeah, I know more than a few who just absolutely love it.
Yeah, but if you're gonna buy Jose Cuervo, make sure you get you worm. I really don't recommend buying it, but
Yeah.
I've seen good people ruined by tequila. That's why they call it tequila.
Yeah.
I've also seen some accidents after people have driven drinking tequila, and it almost killed them. Sorry, I'm a little jaded when it comes to that anymore.
Yeah.
But that being beside the point, anything else you want to discuss?
Will ghost peppers eliminate the red dragon?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Eat 27 of them. There ain't nothing inside you gonna live. Oh, I actually thought about getting a pepper mold and get him some gummy mix and making a spoof video. It would probably go viral. Then somebody would actually try the real thing and I'd get in trouble.
Well, that's why I put a little disclaimer at the very, very, very end of the video in
No,
small print.
You put it at the beginning because nobody watches the beginning.
Yeah.
They start the video, then they turn around and start doing something and wait till they hear sound. Then they look.
And do it in real small print, micro print across the bottom. Night, Lori.
Bye, Lori. Go get some sleep. Hope you feel better soon.
Yep.
Yeah. Ground up.
There's got to be some sort of stupid challenge we can do of ghost peppers and the idiot teens that don't think that the virus is going to get them.
No, no, I'm not touching that. Trust me, I do my absolute best to keep those devious thoughts out of my head. Do not force me to dig them out. Okay, when I was 18, I was reading books on how to make punji pits. If anybody doesn't know what a punji pit is what they used in Vietnam War. The NVC used punjis inside a pit to injure our soldiers.
Yeah.
Okay, it is guerrilla fort at its best if you want to.
Or nastiest.
It is despicably nasty. Okay, I studied how to make those. I can still make those. Even though we don't have actual bamboo here in the US, I can still make the traps. I don't want to. And there are days I regret ever reading those books because it goes into graphic detail. And one of the books actually showed some seriously nasty pictures of soldiers being hung on them, because they also have some that come down from trees and sweep across the path and impale them. I mean, the stuff they showed in the movies is pretty accurate as far as those mechanisms.
Yeah. Oh, you've heard of mustard plaster for colds? Ghost pepper plaster for colds.
You wake up in the morning, you don't have to worry about your chest. It's gone.
No.
There's a hole there where your chest used to be.
If you like Anthony, you don't have to worry about having hair on your chest anymore.
No, it'll burn it right off. Well, I actually have some cane stuff back here near this river that I live next to, but I'd have to go harvest some to see if it would actually work, because it can be shaved to a nasty point.
Yeah. And we had a whole bunch of bamboo growing wild around our house in Contra Costa. I mean, there's several houses. You go by and here's all these bamboo, things growing up where somebody planted it and it just took off.
Yeah, when I was younger, I read a lot of very dark and devious books. I figured if I ever had to get into a point where I was in guerrilla country, not only would I have to know what to look for, but what to set up to keep me and my troops safe. And thankfully, I never had to deploy any of that knowledge.
But if the SHTF happens and I got to make tracks, I'll be setting up traps behind me so I can get some sleep. Hi, Kiki. You want to say hi to everybody? Tate says, hi, everybody.
Okay, she's done.
There. All right. That's a couple minutes behind.
You're saying hi, Titan.
She says, I don't care, just pet me, dang it.
Yeah, that link from the beginning that had that colored map up there,
Mm-hmm.
It's still behind.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow they'll update and go, oh, wait a minute, another state went and did shelter in place.
I figure by the end of by the middle of next month, every state will be shelter in place.
Yeah. You think Alaska will too?
What's that?
Think Alaska will too?
Depends how many cases they have right at the moment.
Yeah.
I haven't checked Alaska lately.
Actually,
I've been more focused on contiguous 48.
Take a look, see here. Okay, Alaska, I got to add this up because I don't do the whole state once. We got 8 down there near Howie. We got 2 at Juneau. We got 4 on Keanne Peninsula. We got 17 in Anchorage, and we got 10 at Fairbanks. And that looks like that's it for Alaska. So if you're north of Fairbanks, you're safe so far.
Excuse me. Maybe they're doing a better job of containing it than we know about.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of Alaska is still very remote.
21 or 31. 3.
What you
41 cases for the entire state.
What you want? You want your snacks, kitty?
Great. My mouse just died.
Don't say mouse. She's sitting right here next to my leg. I don't
All
need
right.
extra. I don't need an 8 extra holes.
All righty.
Okay. Want your snack?
Grabbing the battery here.
There we go. Got to keep the cat happy so it doesn't claw me to death while I sleep.
My batteries.
Folks, that's one item you should have a small chest of.
All right, there we go. That's working again. That one in the charger. Put this back in my ear. And now I can come back to here. There we go.
Very true, Bagman. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that, folks. But Bama, yeah, that's pretty much true. Right, much north of Fairbanks. Hey, Kim, that's why I'm saying not social distancing, physical distancing. Need to maintain our social networks without being physically close. So don't forget, I do have a Discord channel. So if you need to reach out to somebody because you're alone or just want somebody to chat with outside the house, that's what it's there for, guys. Come over. I'm actually on it right now. Even I do have a message. Hold on. Somebody said hello. Somebody said a message. What did they say? Oh, it was Timo.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a couple cousins that were teaching me all sorts of stuff to go into the military for the Vietnam War. And then it ended, in April, and I graduated in May, and end of May, and no more war. And then by the time my birthday rolled around in September, there was no more draft.
Stop. Stupid computer, stop. It's not listening. I forgot I can do it this way.
I thought there was something special about you, Tibor.
What?
Yeah, one of my best friends in construction is 3 days
here.
older than I am.
All right, there's a link to the Discord, folks. If you are not on Discord and would like to join it, there you go. It expires in 6 hours. All right, it's about time to get ready for bed.
Happy birthday, Bama Backwoodsman.
Sorry, banging things here. Gotta put the tablet in its spot.
And what else we got here? Look at my other thing here. Still got that up.
Okay, I am back.
That's what I'll do.
Ah, well, happy birthday.
In
I was listening. I just wanted to read it first.
yeah. Yeah. Tibor and I are 10 years older than you.
Hey, Bama, at least we ain't the old fogies in this room now.
Well, with this baby face,
Yeah, uh-huh.
I can take the hat off and blind everybody from the shininess.
Please don't.
Okay, I won't.
Then you two will say I'm trying to cause physical harm to people.
Okay.
course, I'm waiting for one of them to say that because I'm saying this is a real issue. I'm not fooey booey that everybody else is claiming it is.
Yeah.
You know, people need
Aha.
to quit trying to sugarcoat it. It is a
There
real
we go.
issue.
Well, if anybody's getting bored with shelter in place, I got something for you to do if Dave will put up my side one here up.
I don't know. Big Bear, should I trust him? Should I trust him? Put it up with that baby face.
All right. If you Google the Asset Center one word, it comes up. You click on books. And you click on Against the Wind Saga.
Sounds like a song. Oh, wait,
And-
it is.
And then there's the first book of each of these series are in here. Old School Prepper has finished editing this one. And she's working on the Scout and the Ninja right now. And I'm going through the family compound again. But or if you want to help out and just read it and proofread it for me, you can do that. But all you got to do is you just downloads as a PDF.
It's a pitif.
It's a PDF. You just click on it, and it downloads as a PDF. And you just wherever the thing is up over here for it, you just hit it and save it to your desktop. Yeah. Now, warning about the Scout and the Ninja. There is a little bit of romance in there, guys. Sorry, I had to do it for the women.
Pooey, 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 pooey. Pooey, fooey, kung fooey.
But yeah.
What?
So-
Oh, get in your room and play. I'm letting you stay up. Enjoy it.
But if you're going to read any book, read this one first because it outlines what all the rest of them come off of. It's all in the same universe. 3 different storylines going on. Somewhere down the road in future books, they will interact a little bit with each other occasionally. But it's free too. They're free. So have fun.
It's good.
Free is good. Have fun. Go after it. And the title, I will admit to this, the title was inspired by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. The song Against the Wind. So,
Detroit Rock City. Oh, sorry. Hey, I grew up there. I grew up when that was popular, man. Disco, The Robot, Bob Seger, Ted Nugent. Okay, those are my homies, man.
mhm. And so, yeah.
Tibor, so do I. As well as a lot of long hair bands that came out back then. You ain't old enough, Wide Family. He's a youngin'.
Yeah. Heck, I remember smoking in the boys' room.
But how many people remember BTO, Humble
Bachman.
Pie?
Bachman Turner Overdrive.
I actually saw BTO and Humble Pie both perform live at a hotel and bar that I worked at. Sticks, Roboto.
Yeah.
Skinner.
My cousin got into a Bob Seger concert for free. He walked up on the back around the back and stuff. Walked up. Oh, hi, Mr. Seger. Come on in. He looked exactly like him, and he got in for free.
Hey, we broke the 2-hour mark.
Yep.
And I have to put my Rugrat to bed. I let him stay up 2 extra hours.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hey, he doesn't have school in the morning, does he?
Nope.
Are they doing online school there?
Starting next week.
Take them a while to get it all set up.
Well, this week would have normally been their spring break anyway.
Yeah.
But they sent me an email saying, hey, Would you like a Chromebook for your son? Yeah, I'm not letting him touch my electronics. No. Well, are you going to come pick it up? I don't have a way to get it. Oh, we'll get back with you then.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he has a very bad habit of electronics that I own. He touches, they get broke.
Electric
So-
Light Orchestra. Ooh,
Yep, yellow. Groups from my youth.
the what was the one? REO Speedwagon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where they got the name for their band? Off of the truck. They saw the truck was called REO Speedwagon, and they go, "Hey, that makes a great band name."
What rat?
Iron Butterfly. Oh, haven't heard that in ages. Def
Yeah, you've been
Leppard.
up 2 hours.
Warrant.
Yep, Def Leppard, Iron Butterfly, Warren.
And we're going down the old man hole now.
Yep.
Bad Company. Yeah.
Small
Now
town preparedness.
I'm gonna get them all booing me here in a second. John Denver.
No.
Hey, I'm sorry. I listened to those guys and I listened to John Denver. All right, I admit it.
I could even say one worse, but I won't. Small town preparedness. Welcome to Discord.
Woo!
So, all right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and button down the hatches at this end. I hope you all stay safe, stay happy. If you pray, pray incessantly. I've gone over it in a couple of my live streams, how I stand on it. So if you don't pray, well wishes. Until the next one, we will see you later.
All right, see you guys later.